Alright, so in this one, I'm going to be going over and giving you a guide for the Arts Power Boost, the new system that's been implemented into the game, and I just want to say right now how this works. Let me just tell you right here, this does, it will, it 100%, million percent does impact PvP. You will read here, heavy attack, and you will see, and I will react to this tomorrow because I find it hilarious. People say, or things show, that it does not impact it. The only thing that's not impacting PvP is heavy attacks. Heavy attacks are essentially just better criticals. They'll happen in PvE. If I have my boost here, at this 999999, whatever, I'll have a lot more heavy attacks, right? That's the only thing that will not be in PvP. The stat increase, which is all what boost is in PvP. The stat increase has happened. You can see this from where my hit is. His power level has gone up. Do you know why? Because my stat increase has happened. This will be the case for every single unit in the game. Just in case we're not clear, yes, it applies to PvP up to level 99. Level 10 is where you start getting the heavy attack. But up to 99, all that stat increase is applicable. Alright? Great. So let me go over this. What does it do? What's happening? You know, what's going on here? Let's even go here. My own arts boost. What I've done so far is hit. Obviously, I do think hit is a very good unit. I do think what you should be doing for this boost is prioritizing one unit. You know, whether it be your best unit on your team of, like, let's say you main androids. Okay, let's do LF17. You think he'll age the best? All right, do LF17, right? Let's say you main regen. You got Kid Buu. Well, you think Kid Buu's going to age the best? All right, do Kid Buu. Maybe you might have Red Cell you want to do as well, but you kind of got to teeter on which one first. I do recommend as well that you do a unit fully. Maybe not at least in every regard, but at least to their main stat of what they are meant to do fully. So let's say I wanted to do hit and then I wanted to do Ultra Rose, right? Because I think they can run together on like a PO setup, leader slot exists, you know, yada, yada, yada. So my main thing with hit is doing, you know, strike boost, giving strike damage. Makes sense, right? Logical. And then I go over, I'm like, all right, well, I don't really need more defenses because the blue here does give defenses. It gives 13,000 defenses there, and yes, it is 13,000 on your stat spread. Everything here goes up 13,000 at peak. Just to point out that, again, that is PvP applicable every single match. But let's say I care for strike on hit. It's like, okay, he's meant to do damage. I don't give a fuck about his defenses, though he can, you know, obviously heal and do all these things. Screw it, for hypothetical sake. Then I go over to Rose. Okay, he's meant to do strike. Let's focus to strike. But once again, my thing here is, like, I just prefer for a sequence, at least of my own unit, if I'm going to have a unit try to be maxed out in a potential system that does exist, I'm going to prioritize them, get them done first. Again, if you have a different mindset, you're like, okay, hit a strike, finish a strike, we want somebody else to do their strike, right? Because we don't have that many resources available now. Even here, I can't fully do hit. Like, the resources we have right now, there is not enough currently in-game, as I am, you know, getting this video up and probably this entire week, to get a unit even fully done. Like, getting hit to even here was guard RNG, because you're not going to get the RNG you get sometimes, you know, with these units 24/7, because it also is, well, not very easy. As you can see here, there is success percentages, 30%. Yes, that means you could slap a core in here, and then you try to do it, and, well, the game says, nah, you got a bad roll. Similar to equipment, similar to summons, even clearly better than both in the percentage department, but essentially, you're playing a lotto. It's a lotto. It's another artificial way to amplify units that don't really need it. People have been saying that this is to dissuade reroll accounts because, like, how, you know, frugal this will be. Like, think about this a year from now. When this is going to be in the game, it's still going to be here. Maybe it gets, like, revamped and becomes a lot easier for people, because usually with new things, they do it very scummy. Then they kind of like, okay, slowly, methodically, over time, I thought I wasn't recording, slowly, methodically, over time, make it a lot more accessible. You know, same thing with equipments. Used to be very, very hard back in the day. You couldn't even get Z pluses. You know, who the fuck owned those? Nobody, right? You would get, like, highest S. Well, now equipments are very easy in comparison to what they used to be, right? You could even guarantee rolls at this rate. This is similar vein to where this is the start of a new system here. It'll be a lot more money grubby, tedious. I'm sure they're going to sell these at some point, even the other things, the cores here, which we'll touch on. But right now, again, priority's sake, just prioritize one unit as you can. If you do have the mentality of, okay, I only care for this unit for X thing and this unit for X thing, go for that. Do I recommend that? No. Again, you can see me here. Can't fucking speak. You can see me here prioritizing hit. Even though this unit's not blast-based or meant to defend, I'm doing it all because I do think it gives the unit more value in an overall sense than just throwing it on random units. It's kind of just half-assing it at that rate. But how to make this work? So what you have to do for situation here is you would have to go to show details, as I have already. Go to Arts Boost, and then you will go, okay, so how do I get more cores? You know, I need more cores here. I can't upgrade my hit. And let me just say this now. I actually can't even buy more cores because I currently have them out of my shop, the seeds. So what you do, and tidbit of information I guess I could show really quick here, is you can go to status, and I recommend this highly. Everyone should do this right now. Your daily login, you can get the seeds. Again, we will touch on what they do, but just know this. Seed exchange medals. Get to these. Get whatever else. If you have the Legends Pass, if you don't, doesn't matter. Get wherever else, right? Actually, let me just get sparking medals, because why not? But get the seeds. Now, let's go to the exchange shop and explain what the seeds do. Why am I even getting seeds, right? That'd be a little stupid if I didn't know why I'm getting them. Go to permanent, you scroll down here, see I have no seeds left over, but you need these seeds to upgrade your unit in general, just to get their arts boost that 30% chance. You need these seeds to do that. Similar to Rising Souls or Super Souls to Soul Boost, this is essentially just 2.0 soul boosting, because all you're doing, and that's what all soul boosting did, was increase your stat spread. This is the same exact thing, the same exact concept. There's no differential to it. You would buy this, you buy that from the exchange shop here, and then you also could buy more cores. I do not recommend you buy cores. I do recommend you buy the seeds first, because buying the seeds, you cannot get seeds in many other places. You can get a lot of cores. You get cores from, I believe, the Rare Metal shop. You can get cores from, I believe, Co-op shop, from USTR shop as well. Look, you get cores here, right? And you can see there's different types of cores. I'll touch on that as well. Don't worry. You get cores from here, but you don't see me getting the souls needed, essentially, right? You see me getting the cores. So try to not waste all your seeds, because that's the main place to get the cores. Do not waste all your seeds on cores. Use them on the souls. You can see there's different avenues to get these. Don't waste them, because then you can't even do it, because you won't have enough of the souls to soul boost that unit's, arts power boost. Even more so than that, as I have mentioned already, there is different levels and I guess capabilities of these cores here. So you see here, this says grade 70 or higher / lower than grade 99. So there is 3 stipulations, I guess you'd call it, or 3 different types of cores. This one here is grade 30 or higher, lower than grade 70, and then this one here is grade 1 or higher. So you get capped out, essentially, right? You get capped out at a sequence of, I hit grade 30, okay, this core right here, this first one, plus 1 core, cannot use. You can see it here in a setting. This is the one I'm supposed to be using right now for this blast. I can't use it, one, because I don't own it, but I'm meant to be using it to upgrade, because I'm at the threshold where it's grade 30 or higher, but it's below 70, you get capped out. So 1 through 30, boom, then you get capped out. It's a sequence right here, 30 through 70, and then you get the last core here, which is 70 to 99. I do believe the exchange shop does actually some kindness in the, specifically the seed metal shop, and try to trick you, I think, because it gives you a lot, actually no, it actually gives you the same amount everywhere, but it gives you a lot of cores that you can buy. I do think there is some shops where it's a little bit more scummy, the cores that you have to buy, because it's giving you, it's a hard one. Like this here, you're spending a lot. Like this amount of USTR medals, let me just, hypothetically, 34 gives me 150,000? Math? 180,000? 170,000? 170,000 rush medals. And what it gives me here is 49 cores. Well, at least for 11, right? You're not getting, essentially, the bang for your buck from the USTR shop. So I will recommend, once again, try to do co-op, try to do these other shops that do exist, but they're not great prices. They're hard to do, but it's just, the arts power boost is very important. I do think By the way, this is not something you can ignore, especially if you play at a higher rank setting. If you play low rank and you don't care, and even now, it's so early just existing, like you can't even max out a unit. I don't think you have to care, at least to the extent that maybe you would think, but in the future, you're going to see this. Again, you look at my hits, just where he is here. Look at all the other Ultras. Look at where they are. All down here. They're all 14 stars, they're all max, they're all slow boosted, they're all the same bullshit as each other. But you look at hit, because he's arts boosted, that stat spread increase is very goddamn frugal. To look at his stat spread, because he has peaked out on the strike attack, strike defense, blast defense, again, I'll touch on the other intricacies in a second here, but look at that stat spread. 283 strike. Compare this to any other Ultra that has no cores put into them. Let's go to Rose. Very recent, very good, arguable top 1. I have a 15k gap on my strike attack. I have over 10k gap on my defenses. Almost 20k on my defenses because my hit is finished on arts power boosting. You can see there's an impact here, right? You don't just look at this and you're like, oh, the numbers went up. All right, that means nothing. You know stat spread matters a lot. Everyone, when they're looking at kits and, oh my god, this new unit came out. Well, let's see, Transforming Cell stat spread. Is it good enough? Is it going to be good enough because the stat spread might not be good enough, or yada, yada, yada? When you see a stat spread be as high as this, and even more so if I were to like show it fully, because when you go to full maximum stats, it'll show everything. You see even the blast stat being pretty respectable at that rate. I mean, look at it right now. I'm 5k off from getting there. It is clearly going to be something that's important in the future. So no, this is not something I think you can just ignore, throw to the side, don't care about. This is something you have to focus. Now, once again, I didn't touch on the full effects of it, but let me touch on it here. So the strike boost gives strike attack 13,000%. 13,000. So you see my strike went up from this number of 270k, because it's at 283 now, to 283 now, right? So it went up 13,000. You do have this blast that gives blast attack up to 13,000 peak there. And then the last one does not give blue card ultimate like we figured, because, well, it looks like a blue card because it's special boost. It gives defenses. Once again, I think there's a sequence you can either focus fire one unit like I am doing here, prioritize them and make them be the best bang for their buck and be as good as they are and yada, yada, yada. Or their sequence of, okay, Rose strike base, get a 9999 strike. All right, cool, great. Because they all use the same resource. They're not using different resources. This strike one's not using specific strike-only cores and strike-only souls. No, it's just use the same souls, use the same cores, use everything the same, but you got to keep using them for every single thing. That's why it's hard to get the resource for them all, because you have to use the same resources repeated over and over. Now, this is a positive for the sequence of what I just explained. If you want to get this strike done for 3 units and you want to ignore all the defenses, all the blasts, and you want to get all strike for Kid Buu, Rose, hit, and you're like, all right, got them all done, 99999, and you probably wouldn't get there at this rate because I can't even get 399s in a row. But if you were to get a sequence of that, that could be a way to go. Again, my recommendation would be you just focus fire this right here. And I have to touch on it again. Heavy attack does not apply in PvP. You can read it here. If I go and I scroll just a tad bit, heavy attack is not usable in PvP or tournament of power. Perfectly fine. The stat spread increase is applied. Everything you see that I'm showing you on the stat spread, this will be in PvP. My stat spread of hit will not revert and minus 13k on every single stat. No, it'll stay exactly how it looks. The purpose of this is to artificially boost units, whether they are very good or very bad. They're meant to artificially boost units to a degree, maybe to power creep things of reroll accounts, because people like to reroll. You look at a lot of Ultra banners, Ultra Rose, Beast Gohan, UGB. A lot of people re-rolled their accounts, right? And they were like, all right, let's come back, get full 14 stars. All right, well, I really had no struggle there. That's all I had to do. But here, it doesn't power creep everything. It doesn't, stop everyone from doing a re-roll account. You can easily do a re-roll account to still be like, up there and just popping off and carrying with, your carry units that just came out, whatever comes out for anniversary. But it gives an incentive to just be on your account, do your account things, get this passively done. This is the most similar way I can compare this is Dokkan Link leveling, because you're at a sequence where you have over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters. Obviously, you're going to do mostly the important ones, right? The good ones, the ones you care for, whatever it is. But sequence still follows. It's a very long grind. You're not going to get this done fast. There's not going to be probably even a monetary way to get this done very quickly. Like, I'm going to see it in the shop soon. It's going to be like, all right, buy, 1,000 seeds for like $30 or some shit. I guarantee that's going to come in the coming weeks or days or whatever the fuck happens. And, people will do it. And it might even be like limited to like 3 times you can buy it. That's it. You're done. You're capped. They will cap you. Right now we are soft capped in Legends, because you see I have 0 seeds. I can't get any more. I gotta wait for my daily login. We're done. There's nothing I can do. But eventually it'll get more frugal. Again, just like link leveling. It's just a slow process. I don't think it has to be something you have to focus on right now, but people have been asking, how the hell do I do this? What do I do? What does this mean? This increases your stat spread. You can choose whether it be your strike, blast, or defenses. And then from there, it does give you help in PvE content, where you could do the story mode a lot easier, you could do the events a lot easier, because you will have the heavy attack, which I personally haven't seen because I haven't used hit in any PvE events, but from what I've seen just online from other people, is that it does do a lot of damage, and it does help you, and I think if you have like units as highly done as like my hit here, you're going to get heavy attacks like every new combo, so that shit's obviously going to help you. It does more damage than criticals. Again, it's not PvP related. The only thing PvP related is the stat increase. That is all this is meant to be. A stat increase, then a help to PvE content, because maybe you don't own this Ultra Kid Buu, but Ultra Kid Buu is the boost unit. Oh my god, what do I do now? You got this increase that could actually help you in those PvE content related situations. It also will help new players, because they clearly will be struggling. And Anniversary is a goddamn week away. Clearly, they're meant to do this for a few reasons there, mainly being probably the new player situation. If there's anything else I could discuss on this topic of Arts Boost, I don't think you should just waste it. I know people will do it on like, oh, I like LFSV, let's do it on him. I understand the concept of doing it on a unit you like, and I don't think that should be, taken away from you, but I also do think for right now, for how limited it is, like, just try to do your best unit. That's my only advice I could give you. I'm doing hit because while I like LF Bardock and I like Jiren and I like these other characters, I'm doing a unit I know I like, and I know is a really good unit that'll probably, maybe, who knows what Anniversary gives. Whether he ages like a god of complete shit, at least I got him done here, and I can have value with him in the future because maybe he got power crept on stats, but with my Arts Boost, now he's not power crept anymore because I have the Arts Boost to sustain his power creep from happening as fast as it would have prior to. And if there's one more thing I could touch on here, if I could find it quickly, they're not going to show me just a tab for Arts Boost, huh? No? Okay, there you go. There's something here I wanted to look at real quickly, which is interesting. What is this line? It's so hilarious how much of a line it is. It literally says it's defenses. I like that Legends. Legends is so silly. Okay, whatever. That's funny as fuck. It does correlate to your color, by the way. So hit is red. Obviously, I have to buy the red, souls there, right? Or whatever, the seeds, whatever the fuck. They're all this fucking same shit. The seeds are this, right? Seed exchange metals. So you obviously have to buy a color coordinating to your unit. So that is the thing as well. So let's say you're going to do hits and then you're going to do sell. All right, that's fine. But if you're going to do hit, then rosé, well, all right, start changing it to those greens, right? Or start changing to those yellows for Kid Buu, or blue for Beast, or purple for UGB, whatever you're going to do. Just, in my opinion, don't go too crazy thinking about this. Right now, it is not a sequence where you have to care that much. Right now, if you didn't do it at all, you wouldn't even notice. Definitely does have an impact, I will say that, from testing hit and using him. I will say I do notice him being a good bit tankier, and even more so his strike, whether it's a big increase or a small increase, I do notice an increase, like at least 100 to like 300k differential in like that strike arts that he's doing, in the beginning of a match or later in the match. I'm noticing something. So like there's numbers behind this that are actually like validated for this. And to give the most dumbed down explanation of what this does for you, if you didn't hear anything else in the video, the most dumbed down thing is essentially that you're going from like, let's say your unit is 6 stars. What this does, giving such a stat increase, I believe this would go from a 6-star unit to about a 9-star unit, or like a 9-star unit to like a 12-star unit, or like a 14-star unit looks like a 17-star unit, or like an 18-star unit. You look like a unit that has a lot more than they actually offer, And actually, it could be a little bit, misleading, because if I see a 6-star hit, I'm not, or I guess 5-star hit, I'm not really like, scared about it. I'm like, oh, time skip, that's going to be a problem. But if they have their full boost done, they're probably like touching near this 10-star hit capabilities. Now, mine's already done, so I wouldn't be that terrified, but it would be something that you couldn't notice by just looking. Okay, here's my opponent, here's me, who has their shit done. You can't notice it. The only thing you notice is your own units, because you'll see at the bottom of the screen when you do. I guess I could just go into event and show you guys real quick, which would be a lot easier for you guys to notice. But you'll see at the bottom of your arts cards, rather, that it'll show the situation. You'll see it even right here, right? You see me scrolling through, it says 1111. That's for the arts power boost. You see my hit there, 99, 56, 99. You'll see me go into a situation. And again, your opponent can't see this, right? You got gauges that can now be seen and all these things, and that's great. That's awesome. That's lovely. But your opponent can't see this. Again, there could be some misleading situation here where you don't know that they have full arts power boost, but you'll know on your own units in case you forget. You see me here having the 10, 10, 10. That means it's peaked out because it's full arts power. The 10 out of 10 on the strike it's done. You see my blaster being 5, and all the other shit that's going to go on as well. Oh my god, that's heavy attacks, huh? Jesus Christ, that's a blue. Alright, well, and you see the blue card being peeked out. Though it doesn't, it's weird. It says defenses, which, yes, it is defenses. Jesus fucking Christ. It is defenses, and you can see heavy attack, I get a lot of them because my unit's fully done. They're essentially fully done. Damn it, every single hit's a heavy attack, huh? Jesus Christ. But nonetheless, you could see a situation where it doesn't actually give you blue card damage, but yet it shows blue card stuff. Maybe that's a bug, that it's showing, it gives you blue card and ultimate and all that stuff, though it doesn't, because it does give you defenses. You see the defenses go up. I mean, we literally looked at it, literally saw my stat spread go up. But nonetheless, I hope this helps, at least to an extent that you can understand what to do now. If it doesn't, let me know, but I have to point out once again, for the end of the video, this does apply to PvP. Your stat increase that you got from arts power boosting your units applies to PvP. The heavy attacks will not happen, but the stat increase my hit has here and your unit has there, they will all apply to PvP. Do not be told different, because that is a blatant lie. Whether Legends is lying about the blue card thing, that it shows blue card ult damage and it says double defenses, who knows? But the actual stats is concrete 1000% in PvP. I'm stressing this because there's been misinformation already told. Get your units to 99 out of 99 if you want to go for that sequence. Do not just stop at 10 or 20 or 50 or 60 or 70. Get to the 99 out of 99. If you're going to peek out a unit, peek them out. Every single stat increase matters. It'll be a difference between winning and losing a match. This will matter more in the future. I promise you. You will see it a lot more prominently as, like, you'll just see crazy stats everywhere. Be like, how the fuck's that happen? Oh, he arts power boosted his units back in the day, or now, or recently, or whatever the fuck. This will be very prominent in the future. I recommend you get on it and try your best to prioritize the best units for your situation of your account. Good luck. Once again, it does apply to PvP. Do not be told different, because that is a lie. Heavy attacks will not happen in PvP or Tournament of Power, but the stat spread increase will apply. Just making sure we're on the same page, because I do not want misinformation being told, because that'd just be a lie. What do you guys think of the arts power boost? I do think this is a very finicky situation they have added. I think this is one of the more controversial things from this update. I think everything from this update was great, besides arts power boost being very, it's a little bit of a, ooh, what the fuck is that thing going on there? Whether it be good or bad in the future, we will not know until the future becomes the present, right? I hope the resources stay as restrictive as they are, because I do not want to see a million ultras running around with the same stat increase that I have on my ultra. Not because I want my ultra to be unbalanced, but because I don't think it'd be good for the game that if every ultra had just higher stats than everything in the world already, then they get even higher than that. Where are we going from there? There's not really much else place to go, and it's a little bit ridiculous that we even have this. Again, it's understandable to an extent to what they're doing, but you know how it looks. We're just getting artificial boost. We're soul boosting 2.0. That's what we're doing. What do you guys think? I'll see you guys in the next one. By the way, please do the good units. Please. For your sake, do the good units. You'll thank me later.